Good morning. We have a banger for you today. We're going to launch ChatGPT Agent.
OpenAI just released their first true agent. Let's explore the cool and unique use cases for ChatGPT's agent, as well as the risk involved by using it that they said is very dangerous and could affect you when using it. Let's start with this example first.
I'm said, let's just dive right into the demo. Okay, so we are on ChatGPT, as we all know and love. And to turn on the agent mode, you just click the tools menu and select agent. You can also just type agent in the composer bar and it'll take you to the agent mode. Edward and I have a wedding to go to later this year. It's for one of our mutual friends. Should we have the agent planning?
Yeah, let's do it. I need an outfit, and don't forget the gift.
Okay, great. We won't forget the gift. It's a little bit of a longer prompt, so I have it copied in my buffer, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste it. Okay, so let's see what it says. Our friends are getting married later this year, as I said, Minnie and Sarah, and we want the agent to help us find an outfit that matches the dress code, propose a few options, nice, mid-luxury, taking into account venue and weather. We also want to find us some hotels, and as Edward said, don't forget the gift. So let's see and send the prompt away. As Sam said, agent uses a computer. So in the beginning, it sets up its environment. It'll take a minute or two, or not really, 5 seconds to set up its environment. And in this case, as you see, it understands the prompt. It's asking for me for a clarification. I'm just going to let it just continue and work anyway. I think it got confused by saying, oh, where's the, what exactly is the time of the date of the wedding? I think it'll figure out using the website. Okay, cool. So now it's kicked off. It's starting to process the prompt, and it's opened up a browser. It started off by figuring out the weather. One of the cool features is that, as some of these tasks may take a little bit longer, you can just go back and see what the agent was doing. So that's what we're exactly going to do. Looks like it went through the website, used the text browser. Interestingly for that, now it's looking through the suits for Edward. I think it'll find something good. Here you can see it switched over to actually a visual browser to make sure suit will look really good on Edward. And now looks like, yeah, it's good, chugging along, figuring out what to do, and still on suits, and now probably getting to the gifts section. Okay, cool. So this is going to take a while. As Sam said, these tasks sometimes can take a long time. So it's going to continue doing, hopefully much faster than we will do.
As you've seen in that example, they were able to, create an entire shopping experience using ChatGPT's AI agent. They were able to, go through each and everything in the list and shop for them. They had to take into account like the suit, what would be a good suit for the event, which is a wedding in their use case, as well as trying to figure out hotel stay and taking into account like weather and when it's going to be taking place. But that's not all. They also did this pretty cool example using the actual image generator inside of ChatGPT.
Should we do something else while it's doing it? I think the team really wanted the some stickers for the launch. Should we do that?
Yeah, cool.
All right. So we have a team mascot, which is one of our colleagues, Bernie Doodle. Really, really cute, I'll tell you. And we're gonna try and get some laptop stickers for everybody. One of the favorite features for Agent is, given that trajectories can take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on the complexity of the task. A lot of times you might need to help the agent might need to ask you clarifications, confirmations, and things like that. So I love to use it on the go. So I'm going to use my mobile phone to actually send the query this time and then see how it goes. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we are on ChatGPT. I have already selected the agent mode. I've also inputted our cute mascot, and I'm going to quickly paste a query. So query says, make some swag for the team, 1x1 laptop stickers, and I order 500 of them. I'll also say I like sticker mule, which we have used in the past, and send it off. Okay, so just like it was doing on the web, it's gonna take some time, think about like what's it doing, and it'll kick off the query. And as it's going, it'll take some time to kick it off. Oh, there we go. So it'll start working on it. Looks like it's starting to create the anime art. It'll probably use ImageGen that Isa referred earlier on to create, hopefully, an anime art. We'll see how it comes out. While that's going, anything else we want to do? All right, so sounds like stickers are ready. Let me see what it actually, okay, so cool thing. this is sort of the end result of took about 7 minutes, highly likely figured out everything. We'll go back and look at the trajectory and see how it did. But at the end result, it looks like it's added to the cart. This is the subtotal. I can just go ahead and look at it and then figure out. I can just take over at this point, as Casey said, to enter my credit card information and then place the order really quickly. Model is asking for confirmations, etc., as it's supposed to do. Let's just quickly browse through the trajectory and see what it actually did. Oh, it looks like it generated some stickers. Oh, look at that. That's what it generated. That'll be a cute sticker. Cool. So yeah, that's the task. I think I can, at this point, finish up by myself, or I can ask the model to actually go ahead and do it for me as well.
As you see, they were able to, well, use an image as a base reference and then ask ChatGPT to use this and make a sticker from it and then order stickers on their behalf using a different website. So that takes a lot of steps there. It takes the agent to, well, take that image in, analyze that image, make an image using their own native image generation tool, and then also use that image they generate to then order stickers in real life for people to actually use in a quantity of 500. Also, the verifications was a 1x1, so it's like a square. It's actually interesting that they're using all of this. But let's get into a deep dive of what's actually happening behind the hood. So this ChatGPT agent is kind of like a mashup of a lot of their tools that they use. So as you already seen in that last example, they use the image generator. But not only that, they're using basically Operator, which is what you see in the front end. And that's how it's able to navigate and click on different things on the browsers and go to different web pages. But it doesn't just stop there. They're also using deep research, and that's how they're able to go to and through different types of websites and get a lot of information to the tune of 40 to 50 to 60 plus websites in a matter of minutes. And that's a lot that a human wouldn't be able to do, especially not that fast. And then they're getting all this information to make decisions. But periodically, they're going to ask you, the person, the user, hey, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? Am I interpreting what your request is as a way to solve your issue or your question? And in the case of the stickers or the suit for the wedding, they're going to ask you and prompt you before you actually make a purchase. So before you actually put into your credit card, which is actually something that could potentially be a risk, which we'll get into a little bit later on. But before you actually make the purchase, it'll ask you, hey, do you want to make this purchase, or put your credit card number in here or there. But even though this is a pretty cool example that they use with the stickers and with the dogs, they also said that this ChatGPT agent is actually a little bit better than the models by themselves. Check it out.
First are two intelligence benchmarks. Humanity's last exam is a benchmark that measures AI's ability to solve a broad range of subjects on hard problems. We evaluate the models with two settings, with and without tool use. We can see that the agent modes, the raw intelligence is already pretty nice, and with access to all tools, nearly double the performance to 42%. When evaluating models on humanity's last exam, especially with the browsing ability, we have a two-layer decontamination that ensures that the model doesn't cheat on this benchmark. Frontier Math is a benchmark that measures the advanced mathematical reasoning ability of models, different from our baseline O4 Mini and O3, which use Python with function calling. We give the agent model all available tools, like a browser, a computer, and a terminal. The agent achieves new state-of-the-art of 27% on this benchmark with the help of all these tools. Next, we evaluate the model on two agentic benchmarks. Web Arena is a benchmark that measures web agents' ability to solve real-world web tasks. The agent model improves over previous O3 model that powers the core. BrowseComp is a benchmark we introduced earlier this year that measures the browsing agent's ability to search and find hard-to-locate information. The agent model significantly outperforms O3 and deep research on this benchmark, achieving 69% pass rate. Finally, we care about how the users will benefit from our model in the real world. Spreadsheet Bench is a benchmark that measures the model's ability to edit spreadsheets derived from the real-world use case. Here, the agent model with the LibreOffice and the computer tool can already solve 30% of the task. When we give the model the access to the raw Excel file in the terminal, which further boosts the performance to 45%. Finally, we evaluate the model on an internal banking. This benchmark evaluates the model's ability to conduct first to third year investment banking analyst tasks, such as putting together a three-statement financial model for a Fortune 500 company.
As you've seen in that example, they said that their ChatGPT agent is better than just having, well, one O3 model or O4 mini, or just using deep research or operator by itself. When you looked at Humanity's last exam, it was doing a lot better than, well, the rest of the other models by themselves. And this is with or without tool use. You even saw that they did really good in real life tasks when they talked about the banking examples, where it can actually do banking tasks, maybe not better than a human, but definitely better than the other models. Same thing goes with the spreadsheets. It can do spreadsheets pretty good. And they also even went head to head with coding. You even heard about ChatGPT winning second place in a coding competition here recently, which is absolutely insane. These different metrics are really cool to see just how far it comes, but definitely tool use adds a little bit of extra power to these models, not just the agent, but to all the models. And this is a pretty cool thing that ChatGPT is doing when it comes to these type of benchmarks, is they're going to like the ones that are widely used, but they're also making their own benchmarks, and they're modeling around real world tasks to show you how good AI is in real life, and not just on some arbitrary mathematical PhD level task. But that wasn't all. ChatGPT also made a freaking PowerPoint. Check it out.
So this is a prompt we previously gave the agent yesterday. So basically it asks the model to pull its own evaluation number from our Google Drive connector and make some slides. So we want to keep it simple, like no introduction, no conclusion, just present the results in the charts. As you can see, now the model is connecting to the Google Drive API and then search within API. Right now, it looks like the first result is very relevant. So it's reading the first result. Now it's reading the first results in details. Let's accelerate this replay. So then the model might read from the result again and write some code. So here you can see that the model is using the image generation model called the image generation tool to generate some decorations for the slides. And let's see what the first slide the model made. So here the model is writing some code that will be compiled to be the final slides. So this is the first slide the model make in this demo, which looks okay, but it's not polished enough. One of the key features in reinforcement learning is that the model will review its own results and refine the results to deliver a good final result. Let's see what the model gave us. We can click skip, and then the model gave us a good PowerPoint file. So it's a real PowerPoint that you can download and open it in any software. Let's open it in the office. So let's present the slides the model just generated.
As you saw in that example, ChatGPT was actually making its own PowerPoint using the image generator as well as code to construct a real PowerPoint that you could download and use yourself, which is absolutely insane if you ask me. But even though all of this is pretty cool, they also have, well, a huge risk involved in using these things that they said. They said that this could potentially cause you to lose a lot of money, or for malicious things to happen by you using this ChatGPT agent. Check it out.
And as we know, the internet can be a scary place. There are all sorts of hackers trying to steal your information, scams, phishing attempts. And Agent isn't immune to all these things. One particular thing we're worried about is a new attack called prompt injections. This is where, let's say you ask Agent to buy you a book. and you give it your credit card information to do that. Agent might stumble upon a malicious website that asks it, oh, enter your credit card information here. It'll help you with your task. An agent, which is trained to be helpful, might decide that's a good idea. But we've done a lot of work to try to ensure that this doesn't happen. We've trained our model to ignore suspicious instructions on suspicious websites. We also have layers of monitors that peer over the agent's shoulder and watch it as it's going and stop the trajectory if anything looks suspicious. We can even update these in real time if new attacks are found in the wild. That said, though, this is a cutting-edge product, this is a new surface, and we can't stop everything. And so that's why I feel it's very important for the audience to be aware of the risks involved in using Agent. And we encourage users to be proactive in thinking about how they share their information. If it's highly sensitive information, maybe don't share that. Maybe use our features like takeover mode to directly input your credit card information into the browser instead of giving it to Agent. We feel like we've built a very powerful product, but again, it's important for our users to understand the risks involved.
I really want to emphasize that. I think this is a new level of capability in AI. It's a new way to use AI, but there will be a new set of attacks that come with that, and society and the technology will have to evolve and learn how we're going to mitigate things that we can't even really imagine yet as people start doing more and more work this way.
They said in that clip that you may be at risk for prompt injection, or specifically AI prompt injections, where since ChatGPT is using the web to scrape information off of there and using their browser to do certain things, as a human, that if somebody came up to you was like, hey, if you're going shopping and it's not a clerk or somebody who is a part of the store asks you to be like, hey, can I use your card and I'll buy you whatever you want, you wouldn't give that person a card. But ChatGPT may do that. It would just be reading the instructions, and they think that they're doing a good job or they're being helpful by maybe handing over your credit card information. They said they have safeguards in place to stop this, but who knows what really could happen in a definitely weird or edge case scenario. Maybe they understand credit card information is a no-go, but what about your email information? What if the websites are requesting your social security number, your phone number, or just personally identifiable information about you so that they know who you are and they can now track you? They can not even ask you for your credit card information, whether they just ask you to click the next button or to purchase something, and that next button happens to be a button that downloads malicious software on your computer. So now it tracks your keystrokes, monitors your transactions, and watches everything on your computer. Since it's moving at, like I said earlier with deep research, 50 to 60 web pages, scraping all this information in a matter of minutes, it's doing a lot, and sometimes the damage could have been done within a few seconds. This definitely puts a huge risk when using these AI agents, so definitely be careful out there. But tell me what you think down in the comment section down below. Do you think you're gonna use ChatGPT even with the risk involved? Or you're like, I'm okay. I'd rather do it the old-fashioned way and just click a few tabs here and there and I'll get exactly what I want. If you want to keep up with the latest and greatest AI news, you should definitely like and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Dexter out.